Welcome to America News.
Stephen Paddock, 64, was named by police as the perpetrator of the shooting. The man who killed at least 58 people in the United States' worst-ever mass shooting was a wealthy property owner and a regular in Las Vegas casinos who made a living through gambling and speculation. It was claimed on Monday. People carry a person at the Route 91 Harvest Country Music Festival after apparent gunfire. Credit David Becker. Getty Images. Stephen C. Paddock, 64, killed himself before armed police blasted their way into his hotel room on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel in Las Vegas on Sunday night. Next to his body, police found an arsenal of weapons including more than 10 rifles, but no immediate clue telling them what drove him to open fire from his window at concertgoers below. The Islamic State terror group claimed Paddock converted to Islam a few months ago, through its official AMAQ news channel. They said the attack, the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, was carried out by a soldier of the caliphate and was done in response to calls to target coalition countries. In another statement released hours later, ISIL referred to Paddock by the nom de guerre Abu Abd al-Bahr al-Amriki and said he answered a call to arms by its leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. U.S. officials have said they are examining the claim, but are yet to find any evidence linking the shooter to any organized terrorist group. Relatives described Paddock as just a guy who was never in a hurry and retired to the Nevada desert to enjoy a dry climate and Las Vegas casinos. "We can't understand what happened," a distraught Eric Paddock, Stephen's brother, told reporters outside his home in Orlando, Florida. He said his brother was not a normal guy and played high-stakes video poker. He said his brother being named by authorities as the shooting suspect was like if an asteroid fell out of the sky. Las Vegas active shooter. In pictures, Eric Paddock says his brother was a multimillionaire who made much of his money investing in real estate. He told reporters on Monday in Orlando that his brother was also an accountant for many years. He was not aware of his brother having any recent financial difficulties. Stephen Paddock recently sent a walking aid by post to his 90-year-old mother. The brother says the shooter collected coins when he was a child. Las Vegas gunman's brother: "It's like an asteroid fell out of the sky 0103. He's not an avid gun guy at all. The fact that he had those kind of weapons is just, where the hell did he get automatic weapons? He has no military background or anything like that," he told MSNBC. He's just a guy who lived in a house in Mesquite, drove down and gambled in Las Vegas. He did stuff, eat burritos. An undated FBI photo of serial bank robber Benjamin Hoskins Paddock, Stephen Paddock's father, credit handout Reuters. The family grew up in Sun Valley, California. Bruce Paddock, another of his brothers, told NBC. Their father, Benjamin Hoskins Paddock, was a career bank robber who was on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list between 1969 and 1977, it was reported. Stephen Paddock worked various jobs, including as an auditor at a company that later became Lockheed Martin between $19,851,988. Family members told local media he also made a living from renting and managing apartment buildings, and he appears to have owned a string of properties in Florida, Texas, and Nevada. Mandalay Bay Hotel shooting. Former neighbors said Paddock had said his main source of income was gambling. Don and Sharon Judy, who lived next door to Paddock and his girlfriend, Marilou Danley, when he owned a house in Melbourne, Florida between 2013 and 2015, said he was very friendly and lived by gambling. Stephen Paddock's brother Eric Paddock said the family was completely dumbfounded. Credit John Rauxap. He was very open about that. He said he traveled all around to his different homes, that he gambled. Mrs. Judy told Florida Today. Mrs. Judy said he had once shown her how he had won $20,000 via online gambling on his smartphone. Mesquite Police Department blocked access to the Sun City Mesquite community where Paddock lived. Credit Gabe Ginsberg. Getty Images. North America. He said, "Marilou and I, that's what we do for a living. We gamble and we speculate," she added, citing law enforcement sources. NBC said records showed Paddock had racked up several gambling transactions in the tens of thousands of dollars in recent weeks. It was unclear if those were wins or losses. Las Vegas machine gun attack. Paddock moved into a 3-bedroom, single-story house at the Sun City retirement community in Mesquite, a desert town of about 17,400 people 80 miles northwest of Las Vegas, in 2015. Police were searching the home on Monday. Neighbors said Paddock and Ms. Danley kept themselves to themselves and he does not appear to have had any trouble with the police. broken windows on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel, where Paddock amassed an arsenal of 20 guns. Credit David Becker. Getty Images. Joe Lombardo, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department sheriff, said local police had nothing more on him than a 7-year-old citation, which had been resolved as a normal practice in the court system. Paddock held a pilot's license, owned 2 aircraft, and had a permit to hunt in Alaska. He had several legally owned guns, but they do not appear to have been in the arsenal he amassed in his hotel room. People run for cover after Paddock opened fire on the Route 91 Harvest Country Music Festival. Credit David Becker. Getty. Police say Paddock checked into the Mandalay Bay Hotel last Thursday, September the 28th, but it was unclear how he amassed his huge arsenal of weapons in the room unnoticed. Sheriff Lombardo said police had located Ms. Danley, who is believed to be from the Philippines, outside the country and did not believe she was involved in the shooting. She was not with him when he checked in. We have discovered he was utilizing some of her identification, he said. Ms. Danley's LinkedIn page described her as a gambling casinos professional who worked at the Atlantic Casino Resort Spa in Reno between 2010 and 2013. The terrorist group Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant claimed Paddock had acted on its instructions after converting to Islam several months ago. It offered no evidence for the claim. The gunman responsible for the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history is believed to be a grandfather who lived in a remote desert home.